Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. It's Wednesday, which means it's brand new comic book day. New comics are hitting the shelves all across the world. Digitally, physically, it's like the best day of the week. DC Comics has hooked us up with this, the first volume of The Wildstorm, the new series by Warren Ellis and John Davis Hunt that takes the classic characters from Wildstorm, like the whole universe that Jim Lee and his crew created, and kind of gives them a nice new twist. For those who don't know, basically the story is there's three factions that are kind of vying for control of the Earth. There's a faction on the actual Earth, there's a faction in space, and then there's a third faction who's kind of trying to take apart these two, who have some alien-ish things about it. So this collects issues 1 through 6, retails for $16.99. And this is an interesting take on this. Now, I'll admit I did not watch or read a whole lot of Wildstorm back when it was originally out. I remember reading the original Wildcats when it was an Image and hated it, thought it was great to look at, a horrible story. Wildcats, I think it was like 2.0 or 3.0 when it was like a corporation. I thought it was utterly brilliant. That was absolutely amazing, but kind of the stuff in between aren't things I really paid attention to or was really into. I think I'd probably stopped reading comics about that time. So I'm not comparing this to that because I've never read it. Onto itself, though, is interesting. Like, this is Warren Ellis, and Warren Ellis, to me, as a writer, is either absolutely fantastic or absolutely rubbish. Interesting enough, this is kind of in the middle for me. I'm not quite totally in love with it, but at the same time, I'm not totally against it. Part of this is because all this is like set up and not a lot's explained to start, and it's not until like issue 5 and 6 when all the pieces start to come together. So it's a really long slog that's just a very slow start. So I think that's probably my issue with the trade. I'm not saying it's bad, but if you're looking for like a lot of whiz-bang action, this is definitely not it. Now, there is a lot of action. There's kind of like a Garth Ennis vibe about it with John Davis Hunt's art, and some of the like blood and explosions, stuff like that. But I guess a little Ennis and Steve Dillon combo there. But it's not one where it's a constant thing with big giant sequences and crazy explosions and stuff like that, but it's interesting. Like, this is a fascinating kind of take on the world and secret societies and things like that. So it's one that I'm getting more into the more I read, but I can't say this is absolutely blowing me away. To give you an idea of some of the art, here we go, straight away. Really call this, I feel like, a Steve Dillon, Garth Ennis thing vibe to it. Some of the action right there. I don't want to give too much away. This is volume 1. I believe also issue 8 is out this week. It's worth checking out. Basically, if you want a slightly different thing as far as superheroes and that sort of world, and you're not totally sold on DC, this is a nice alternative to that. There is a spin-off series, Wildstorm, Michael Cray, from this, that the first issue is out, that seems to be adding to the world, and I expect we're going to get a few more series coming down the pipeline as well. So overall, not a bad buy. $16.99. You do get a lot in here, at least it feels like. On top of the story, we get a whole bunch of covers, and then in the back, there's some interesting back matter that I actually dig. One, you get kind of like a sit down with Warren Ellis explaining everything. He kind of goes over the various characters and what the hell's going on, which is kind of helpful because things aren't really explained to the end of the comic or the trade. And then we get some layouts as to the story itself. So check it out. It's on shelves today at bookstores, comic stores, and it'll be at bookstores the following week. So first and foremost, go to your comic shop and go pick this up. If you don't know if you have a comic shop near you, we've got a link where you can put in your zip code, and it'll find a shop near you. If you don't have a shop near you, we've got some affiliate links beneath this video that you can use to order it. And as I said, they're affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage of that. I want to thank DC Comics for hooking us up with this. Now, if you're into comics, Warren Ellis, DC Comics, Wildstorm, any of that stuff, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.